My dog is licking my camera. He's very enthusiastic about my camera at this time. So he simply continues licking it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Whenever it is that you enter, whether it be after the fact or currently, we're waiting for the people to pile in here as we always do. But I I just woke up. It's about, let me check the exact time, 9:52 a.m. Yeah, I woke up at like 8 this morning. I checked my phone and then I immediately went back to sleep because last night I got to sleep pretty late, like 11, 12 o'clock. So, I went back to sleep and, now I woke up at like 9:30. So this is basically like a stream being done as soon as I woke up. I don't have much better to do. Mugger Fugger in the chat says, "What's up, Star? Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." Yeah, not much. And I'm just trying to stay comfy. It's really cold in my house right now. I think it's like 32 degrees or less outside. I think that was the weather report that I saw the other day was that it would be 32 degrees today. Regardless, it's really, really cold. And so and my vent is actually covered. So my room is more cold than all the other rooms. And so I'm just sort of sitting here under the covers. And I mean, I like the cold. I like the feeling of warming up from the cold, but um, I think I should have had more blankets in here if I were to prepare for, just how cold it was going to be today. But I don't have that much to complain about. I've been in way, way, way colder conditions than this before, having to sleep at night especially. Like when I lived in Maine, for example, I had one blanket. It was really small and really thin. I had to literally steal other people's clothes just to be able to cover up. I had no bed in the room that I was in, and I had no clothes of my own, so except for like two, a pair of jeans and then like two shirts. So I had to, and this was terrible. This is a terrible thing to do. It was take stuff. I had to steal stuff, because the stores that we had didn't really have blankets, and I didn't really have a way of stealing the blankets from the stores. Um, and so I ended up stealing just random stuff like that in order to stay warm. But it wasn't really a good way to stay warm. Like, it didn't really work very well. It was just kind of what I had. And so I just laid on the floor all the time. On the cold, hard floor of that house, without any heating whatsoever. And I would just freeze at nighttime. I remember the first night that me and my mom lived there was that it was so cold out and there was no electricity or heat that we actually had to sleep together and combine our body heat because it was just that cold. And so I've been in much, much colder temperatures than this. Um, it's sort of a matter of perspective, but regardless, I do find it comfy. So I put my blanket on, you get that nice blanket feeling that people get, and that's nice. Um, yeah. Yeah. So good times. I think everyone, I started this stream and I think everyone's probably out with their GF or whatever. Because usually by now more people show up. But I'm assuming everyone is out having sex right now. That's I just had the video accidentally paused, just caught up to live. Any Valentine's plans? Um, Not really, no. I don't I'm not in a relationship of any kind. I don't really like relationships very much. Um, if someone asked me to be in one as an experiment, I would probably say yeah, just because it's an interesting idea. But usually I tend to get very bored of relationships. I don't actively seek them out. And so, um, I don't really have any plans for today, no. To me, today is just like any other day. It's really the same thing with Christmas, is that, during Christmas everyone was, talking about how, oh, it's a beautiful day, it's Christmas, it's a tradition and all this other stuff. Christmas Christmas just felt exactly like Christmas to me. Or it felt exactly like another day, except this one was called Christmas. Um, I used to, when I was younger, when I was a little kid, I used to have this feeling that, Valentine's Day was like the special thing. And it was weird because I was homeschooled, so I didn't really have anyone that I could have as a Valentine, quote unquote. Um, but it still felt like an event, the fact that there was a day called Valentine's Day. Oh, this is special. Um, but as I've gotten older, it's just felt like any other day. Like all of the holidays to me feel exactly the same as one another, to where the only holiday that I really like is New Year's. I don't like any other holiday besides New Year's. So I don't really have any plans for today. No, I'm just gonna sort of do what I do every other day. Plans for Valentine's Day is writing a fanfic for the occasion and seeing a live action Sonic film. Um, Good luck with that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very good movie. Um, but yeah, if you want me to read your fanfic, send it my way. Um, I saw the Sonic movie last night. It's a solid 6 out of 10, lol. Yeah, I don't really plan on seeing it. It doesn't look like my kind of movie. When I have the money, I don't have any money right now. But when I have the money, I might go see that Harley Quinn thing. What is it called? Birds of Prey. I heard it got mixed reviews. Some people don't like it. I think it might be interesting. It might be interesting to watch just because, you know, it's an R-rated DC film or something. Who cares? I might go see that. Um, I wish The Lighthouse was still in theaters. That was making the rounds for a while, is that everyone was talking about The Lighthouse. And I didn't have money when The Lighthouse was in theaters, so I couldn't go see it. But I wanted to see that movie just because it looked cool. Like the idea of like a black and white old-timey-ish film being in I just that concept alone I thought was cool. But I don't really watch very many movies. I'm not like a film guy. Um, Hello, Dad Gun. Yeah, no, I'm not like a film guy. I think film is cool. I've never had the wherewithal to actually sit down and get into it the way that other people can. I guess I sort of did that for a little bit with like old horror movies and stuff, or old silent films like from the 1930s and 20s, 40s, this kind of thing. But that didn't last too long. I did think that was cool when I was getting into it when I was like 14. I started getting into stuff like what was it called? Uh not not Cannibal Apocalypse. What was it? Oh, it's the movie where they kill all of like the real animals that had all the animal abuse on set. I can't remember the name of it. Cannibal Holocaust? No, that's not the name. It has Holocaust in the name though. I'm trying to remember the name. Fuck. Yeah, I wish there was a horror movie person in the chat who could remember what I'm talking about. But I liked that. I liked stuff like that for a while. Cannibal Holocaust. Okay, so I was right. Um, but yeah, no, I liked stuff like that for a while. Um, And eventually I just sort of lost interest in, yeah, it is up on YouTube. I just sort of lost interest in trying to find all these kind of movies, but I did think it was fun. I wanna try and find the old VHS tapes for some of these B horror movies. I think that would be cool. But there's just so many of them, and it's really cool how many horror films that you get out of a specific series that like wasn't known by very many people. But you'll have like six films in a series of one thing. Like that film where Santa Claus is the villain. I don't actually see, it's been so long since I've been into movies, so it's hard for me to remember, but there was this horror movie series where Santa Claus was basically the villain, and he was like cutting people up and killing them and stuff. And there were like six movies in that series, or like five or four. And they progressively got lower and lower budget. Like people clearly weren't watching them, but they just kept getting made. And like that to me is fucking awesome. That woman got fucking split. Yes, yes. But no, horror movies are cool. It would be really cool to actually know all of my opinions on Valentine's Day that I previously expressed are invalid. It would be cool to have a relationship if I had someone to watch horror movies with. That's how it works. Don't listen to anything I say. Uh, but yeah, today's just like any other day, you know? I like how small my room is. I like how like my room is so small that you can basically like do I have to turn on a light for you to be able to tell? I might have to. You just that's the door, right? And then the floor is right here, and then you just walk across, and then that over there is how you reach the end. It's really not that much. It's a pretty small piece of space that I have right here. But I like that about it because it feels contained, you know? On the one hand, it's annoying because I own a lot of things from when I was younger, like my game consoles and stuff, that I would like to be able to have a place where I can plug all of them up. Um, but at the same time, there's something really nice about having such a condensed piece of space. Like, if I had the money, and I never do have the money, but if I did, I would love to have like a television in that little unoccupied piece of the wall right there and just plug, because I have my little CRT television, but the newer consoles don't work with that. And it's also a hassle to use because part of it is broken. I wish I had like a television that could just go like in the unoccupied space on the wall, and then I could just plug all my consoles up to that, and then I wouldn't have to worry about having to switch stuff out of my monitor because that's been the recent concern is that I cleaned up all of the game consoles off my desk. I had my PS2 there, I had a 360, I had my Dreamcast there, and I just put them all under my bed because I barely ever use them. Um, I barely ever use my what is it called? My game consoles now because I mostly just play on my Switch, and I don't have very many Switch games, but they provide, more. They provide more time out of me than those consoles did, you know? So eventually I just sat down and I thought, okay, let me just take all of this stuff and put it away and have a more clean desk. And that's what I did. And I took out my laptop and I took my laptop and I took an HDMI and I plugged the HDMI into it. And I just have on my second monitor my laptop running. And so now I can watch anime or whatever I want to watch while I'm sitting there playing a video game or browsing the internet. And it's much more comfy than having all those consoles plugged up that I barely use. I used to use them all the time, though. That's the thing. And so I feel like it would be easier just to have a better TV, but like I have, you know, that's some Adam Lanza decor right now. I've never seen Adam Lanza's room. Um, is Adam Lanza's room really that similar to mine? I don't think any room is that similar to mine. Have you seen Suicide Club? I have not. Sex bots, more like Creamcast. Haha, very funny. Um, yeah. Yeah, sex robots, that's a thing. Adam covered his windows similarly. Well, I mean, I guess crazy people don't like windows. I would have a better curtain if not for the fact that that curtain is the only curtain I have. Um, does anyone know where to get started with Aerogay? Like, is there a list of classics somewhere or some website that catalogs theme? I think most people start with that game, Rants. I forget what it's called. It's the one that starts with an R. Everyone knows it. It's supposed to be really difficult. Yeah. Luke Rothwell says you inspired me to start making YouTube videos. Hey, nice. Um, I'll check out your channel once you post a video, um, because I really need more YouTube content in my life from people who are neats or doomers or whatever, because I love watching that stuff. And yeah, just send it to me when it's out. I'd love to watch it. That's really awesome. So whenever someone tells me that I inspired them to make videos, it feels good. There are videos. So there are videos on your channel now already? Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a watch after the stream is over, I'll watch them. Um, if I can if I can make my way out of bed, I might take a look in a bit, but yeah, no, whenever people start, they're always a bit clumsy. Like, you're probably way better than I was when I first started. I was so fucking clumsy when I first started. Like, it was unbelievable just how nervous I was. Um, so it's all about practice. As long as you're enjoying it, that's what matters. Robot waifus, woman. I agree. Might vlog my bike trip this year, but I'm using a voice modulator and mask if I do. That's a bit of I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. It's unique. I want more people to make unique videos. That would at least be different. Having a bike trip, I also think would be pretty cool. Hey Star, I have to go to the bakery now. Happy Valentine's Day with all of the words capitalized strange. Yeah, have fun at the bakery. Good luck. Um, yeah, Valentine's Day. Happy to you as well. The day where we angels fall from the sky with bows and arrows and shoot them at people. I can't think of a single other holiday that celebrates the idea of naked men with wings falling from the sky and shooting people with arrows. Beautiful. Valentine's Day is about homosexuality confirmed. I, I I can't believe I actually caught the stream. What a Christmas miracle. Yeah, no, it is a Christmas. Every day is Christmas where I live. The day where incels rise up. Yes. Hashtag don't go to school tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is Saturday, so even if I had to go to school, I wouldn't be going to school. But yes, welcome to the stream, Threesilla. Spending Valentine's Day with my favorite e-boy couldn't be better. Hello, Wes. It's nice seeing you here. The gang's all here. Three's a crowd, as they say. Well, I guess in this case it would be 13 as a crowd, but you know what I mean. I've just been laying in bed. I woke up at like 9:30 and I refuse to get out of bed. It's a good time and I need more drugs. I really do. I predict an incel rise up for Valentine's Day. I fucking hope so, dude. Like, I used to get really moralistic about mass shootings and stuff. I used to be sad when mass shootings happened, but I want an incel. I want an incel to like go into a woman's pharmacy or something and just blow the place up. I don't care. I think incels and inceldom are retarded. Like they just are retarded. But but the idea of that many people, it's entertainment. It's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. It's like it's something to do, you know? Let's see. Uh this is what the media has turned us all into. The media has turned us into people who are so bored all the time that we want tragedies to happen just so we can have something interesting to watch. Like, and it's terrible that it is this way. Like, it shouldn't be like this. That, like, people who are writing headlines want something bad to happen so they have a headline to write. People who read the headlines want something bad to happen so they have a headline to read. And it's like, it, the world shouldn't work like this, but because the media is so incessant and like we're consuming it all the time, it's desensitized us to everything. Like when I read a story like that, I just can't get sad anymore because I've seen those stories over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Like it's really weird. Um, Using the Christianized version of a pagan holiday. Well, the thing is that well, the like Yuletide may have originated from pagan origins, but Christmas itself is known historically to be Jesus's birthday. So that's where the sort of change in Christmas or in Yuletide comes from. Um, let's see, what did I walk into? Um, uh, but yeah, are you in Eastern Standard Time? I am in Central Time. I live in Kentucky. I'm in the Central Time Zone. Um, Virgin mass shooting, Chad mass flamethrowering. Nice. Hey Star, can't catch this stream because I have to take my grandmother to a doctor's appointment, but I hope you have a good day today. Yeah, I hope you do too. Oh my God, true. Yes. Us. Stop projecting. I'm not projecting onto you, Dadgun, or anybody in this chat necessarily. I'm just saying that I'm not the only one who feels this way. January was full of tragedy and terrible news. It was a great month for the news. That is true. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in anything. Happy face. Joker was a great movie. I'm gonna give you what is it called? Moderator, just for saying that. I don't know why I didn't give you moderator earlier. You usually say fun stuff. Yeah, Wes is a moderator now. Um, Everyone can't wait until 9/11 2 comes out. It's coming. It's coming, man. Let's see. Your videos are really cool, Luke. Earned a subscriber. Hey, nice. Now I'm even more excited to watch them. Um, it wasn't his birthday. He moved it. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think desensitized. I think there's more of a disconnect to life for most people. Not sure though. I'm definitely disconnected from my own life. I feel like I'm always viewing myself in third person. Like like as I'm watching my own life play out, uh as I'm watching my own life play out, it's like I'm watching a movie. Like I'm a character in a movie and all of the actions I take, my body itself is not my own. And they call that dissociation, is that I'm usually dissociated from most things. Uh, let's see. Ugh. 17 people. 18 people. Can we gaslight R9K incels to do the shooty? Probably not. Like, I think most people generally don't want to harm other people. Or if they do, they don't because of the law. And so if you're on R9K, you're not in the majority of the population, but you do have a majority of R9K users. And a majority of R9K users are not shooters. So I mean, you'd have to get someone who's particularly vulnerable on there to do it, and I mean, I wouldn't endorse anyone doing that, but like, it is what it is. People, human beings, psychosocial relationships. How does it work? Where do they come from? Where do they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? I don't know. How do the people find where the spokes do the mass shooting? Today we are going to analyze the origins of Nick Lanza, who seemingly had read so much Nick Land that he became a black person. Yes, yes, Adam Lanza, my favorite individual. Let's see here. You'd need to gaslight a Spurg pretty hard. They had a mass shooter thread. I don't think it's back. Maybe on the Onion site. I'm on a watch list. How did you get on that? Saint Lanza. Saint Lanza. My friend, Saint Lanza. My friend, Elliot Roger. Oh no, I said a bad word. YouTube. I'm gonna get my channel taken down now, guys. I'm gonna get my channel taken down for being a fan of Elliot Roger. I can't say that. Can't say Jew. Can't say kike. Can't say fuck. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that voice was about, but he read so much Nick Land, he became black. You could say he reached dark enlightenment. Yes. I love the idea of Adam Lanza reading Nick Land. I think it would be a beautiful existence. Somebody's got to do some investigative reporting that finds out that he was actually a big Nick Land supporter and fan. Off-brand meat wad. It is off-brand meat wad, yeah. I wonder if people can get like you guys know what secondhand smoke is. I wonder if reading Nick Land is just secondhand crack addiction. Like you get a secondhand crack addiction from reading Nick Land. That's how I felt trying to read his books. They're so bizarre and incoherent that you can very much tell that Nick Land was addicted to crack when he read these things. Like it's just obvious. And like he starts talking about Kant and incest and stuff, and how Emil Kant is like an incest guy. And then later on in the book, he just starts like putting random sets of numbers and and letters together, and it's really retarded. You can tell his mind is going off the walls. He did loads of stimulants, yeah. I don't think even doing crack is a secondhand. I think even doing crack is a secondhand crack addiction. I mean, I don't think that's secondhand. I think that just means that you're addicted. But yeah, don't do crack. Seriously, guys. If any of you at home are thinking of doing crack, don't do it. I'm never gonna do it because it really is bad for your brain. Like there are parts of your brain that just get broken down. They literally get broken down forever because you did crack. And you can't get them back. Like, there's a part of your brain that focuses on self-control, for example, and the more crack you do, the more the self-control part of your brain breaks down. And so, if any of you are thinking about doing it, I would highly recommend that you don't, because it really is a nasty drug. Um, the only time I do crack is when I'm eating ass. That's funny. But yeah, it basically destroyed Nick Land. Like Nick Land, he was this brilliant British professor, who, he taught Mark Fisher. And obviously, Mark Fisher is I wouldn't I was gonna say a genius. I don't know, but he was a very influential guy. And Nick Land, he was but you know he did crack and look where he is now. Kant's beloved was metaphysics, so he could engage in incest. Yeah, very bizarre, very bizarre. Let's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What other voices can I do? Can I do other impressions? Hmm. I don't know what other voices I can do. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones. Choo, 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 choo. I used to love doing impressions all the time and voices and stuff. I used to love doing, try Obama. I can't do Obama. I'm I'm simply not white enough to do an Obama voice. I have to apologize. Try no. Oh God, let me see. Uh, hmm. I don't know. I've actually tried doing no thank yous voice before. I can't do it. It's too hard. He sounds like his voice is too low. He has that low sort of British accent. I can't do it. Oi, bruv, to make you love, I had to try. I had to try, yeah? Listen, yeah, no, I can't do that. It's the worst British accent that you could ever do. It sounded like almost like I was starting to go for Australian a little bit and then not committing at all. Almost. People. Human beings. But yeah, Valentine's Day, that's a day that exists. Um, it's like Valentine's Day, do people even get off work on this holiday? I don't think they do. Because my dad went to work today, so I don't think people get off work on this holiday. What's the point of a holiday if people don't get work off? If you have to go to work, why even have the holiday? Like, I'm getting out of bed now, guys. Did I tell you these sheets? I look like such an incel. These sheets are Harry Potter sheets. I I am almost 18 years old and I use Harry Potter sheets, but I have a justification for this is that there were literally no other sheets in the house. But I feel like it adds to my incel-esque aesthetic that I have sheets on my bed that have Harry Potter on them. Okay, let's see here. Turn the computer on. But I'm very incel-esque. I guess you could call me incel adjacent. I'm not an incel. Yeah, I just exist around incels, sort of. Um, if your boss doesn't let you off today, you should have a workplace orgy. Yeah, yeah. Why are you so obsessed with sex, Dadgun? It's like everything that comes out of your mouth has to do with sex. It's really weird. Incels are a menace. I just think they're kind of silly. I think they can be really annoying though. Like something I've noticed about incels is that they're very pretentious people a lot of the time. Like they tend to be the kind of guys who think they know everything in the room, and it's really annoying to me talking to some of them. Like that guy Red, he made a video called "Females Only Want Money," and if you put even like 5 minutes of thought into what you're saying, you realize that there have been tons and tons and tons of relationships of women dating guys who are more poor than they are. Generally speaking, do relationships do better when the man makes more money? Yes, because we live in a capitalist society with resource scarcity, and women have the instinct to take care of their children. But generally speaking, there have been tons and tons of relationships where women have dated men of a lower socioeconomic status.
And the fact that he doesn't even take any of that into account, I think shows a huge lack of experience on his part. Because I can look at my own experience, for example, and I can think of my mom and my dad. And my mom, she got, $1,500 from Social Security every month, ever since I was born, basically. She had that money always coming in. And yet, my dad was unemployed for over 10 years. He was unemployed for over 10 years as I was a kid. And my mom never left him. They did eventually get divorced. Well, on paper, they haven't gotten divorced. But um, in like 2018, that was when she left him, was in 2018, and that was like the late summer of that year. It wasn't early blooming by any means. I was born in 2002, and she leaves him in 2016, only to come back here and then leave him again in 2019. And so anecdotes aren't evidence. I mean, I think this is a little bit more than just an anecdote, um, but anyway, so like I look at my mom, um, and the fact that she stayed with this guy for so long when he was clearly putting zero money into the household, and was just unemployed, playing video games most of the time. Like most of my memories with my dad when I was younger was literally just him laying around being depressed. It was just him being depressed all the time or playing video games. That was basically all he did. Um, and so like I'm thinking of this now, the fact that like my mom wasn't employed either. She had Social Security coming in. But she kept him around the whole time, and they would constantly argue with one another. Constantly. Like almost every single day they would be yelling at each other. And most of my memories are just my parents fighting. And so like what I used to do was I would go in my room and I would get on my OG Xbox or I would get on my GameCube and I would turn up the volume on my TV really loud so I couldn't hear them screaming at each other and I would just play video games. And that was how I dealt with them fighting all the time, but it wasn't fun. Like it wasn't a fun place to be in. But anyway, the point I'm getting to here is that Red's idea that women only want money can be disproven by a myriad of examples throughout human history of women dating men who have a lower economic. I mean, just listen to songs. You know that song, even though we ain't got money, I'm still in love with you, honey. Like, that's a famous fucking song. And the reason why it's famous is because people relate to it? So, Red is retarded and his video is retarded. But I don't know why I got onto that topic. Oh, yeah, incels. Incels are stupid. That was basically the point I was making. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff that was posted in the chat. Who isn't an incel nowadays? What meaning does that word even have anymore? That's a good point. I mean, everyone calls everybody an incel, so it doesn't really mean anything. Let's see. Let me. Nubuntu. No Buntu. Yeah, no, Lubuntu. I would use a different distro. This is just the computer I've had for a long time. It's better than Windows. Incels are just lonely boys who watch too many Disney movies growing up and anime growing up. I think they're just stupid. I miss the days when you could bitch on the internet about dating problems without all the pseudo politics. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wasn't there, but I agree with the general sentiment. I still don't know how I've gotten into relationships. Me neither. Guess that's love. People show love in different ways. Fighting is a normal part of marriage. Um, yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Oh shit, I dropped something. Okay. Yeah, fighting. I feel like the level of fighting they were on was definitely not normal though. Um, let's see. Uh, how many? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, the stream is back. It cut out for a moment, but after I fix my tripod, I'm gonna have to mute for a moment because I have to fix my I have to put my phone into my tripod, and that always takes a little bit of wiggling to do, so I don't want to contaminate your ears with the sound of me fixing this thing. So one moment. That was significantly less loud than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like way more. I hate you. Um, every time, every time I pick up my phone, my phone starts. I press a random button, and then Bixby shows up, and she starts. Hi, I'm Bixby. Hi, I'm Bixby. I would become an incel literally just to murder whoever it was, the woman who came up with the concept of Bixby. I would become an incel just to destroy Bixby's entire career. Um, Jesus fucking Christ. I hate it so much. I wish you could just uninstall it off of your phone. I just want a loving Dom GF. That's that okay. Um, let's see, wait, why am I going to Steam? I don't have a keyboard. What do I even have on Steam? What do I even have installed? Coomer Mindset Dadgun Cernovich. He would I think Dadgun could write a book if he tried. Did your 3 Mio PCP come in? Not yet, no. It's taken a while. It's coming from the Netherlands, so they're taking a while. They're taking their sweet time, as they say. But hopefully, I don't know if it'll come in today. I don't have the fentanyl test strips yet. I need to before I use it, I need to wait for my test strips to come here, which will probably be Monday or Tuesday. So I have to wait until then, but yeah, it's all a big ordeal. Where I need to find a piece of paper, a simple piece of paper. I know I have one here somewhere because I can't stand just using the mouse on the table. Like just having the mouse on the thing is getting really annoying. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Um, Coomer mindset is do Coomers even have a mindset? I feel like the Coomer mindset is just the human mindset. People are just animals, man. I'll be right back. Okay, I've returned. Get this out of here. Uh, let's see here. What did everyone say? Uh, are you dosing volumetrically? I mean the scale that I have can go to 5, yeah, it can go to 5 milligrams, so I don't really have the need to dose volumetrically because dosing volumetrically is tends to be stuff that goes under 1 milligram. If something's under 1 milligram, you know, like that's when people tend to need to do that. But let's see. Uh, your dad sounds like my ex-wife, but she would watch reality TV instead of playing video games. Damn. Mine has a USB-C port. What the fuck do I do with that? I have no idea, man. Um, yes, good idea. Boomer posting. If you haven't filled all the ports on your video card, you aren't a true cyber patrician. I never claimed to be. Um, oh, why don't you go back to school? Because I hate school, and I don't like going. I'm gonna get my GED instead. Like, a GED is just a high school equivalent anyway. It doesn't really matter. Um, the scales don't measure correctly under 25 milligrams. Oh, okay, yeah, so I guess I will have to dose volumetrically then. Um, how's it going? Going pretty good. Going pretty good, I would say. I'm just sitting here trying to think of something. I dropped out at 14. Now I'm doing online university courses without any prior qualifications. Nice. I dropped out when I was 15, but I was forced to go back to school in September of last year for economic reasons. Like, is fucking Swagbucks going to come up? This happens every time. I used to use this computer with Swagbucks because I just desperately needed money when I lived in Maine. And so I had the little Swag Bucks add-on, and it comes up every single time on this computer now, and it's really annoying. I hate like this shit. I fucking hate this. But I used to use this computer all the time, trying to make money with Swag Bucks, which is admittedly a pretty terrible way of going about things. But what can you do? Um, let's see here. Log cabin. Wait, oh no, I typed on my other PC. I was supposed to type down here log cabin snow. Um, ooh, this one's good. I like this video. Yeah, this one's really good. Let me turn the sound off though. Um, yeah, this guy, My Self-Reliance, I like a lot of his videos. He has some interesting stuff. But yeah, this is Ontario, Canada right here. I watch this guy's videos all the time. I think they're really pretty. Um, but yeah, like, what was I getting up to? Basically, what I was saying was I dropped out when I was pretty young, and I didn't go to school for over 2 years. Uh, and I had not been in school at various times before that. Like when I was in eighth grade, I didn't drop out per se, but I spent an entire school year doing zero work whatsoever. Um, and I was homeschooled for most of my life until I was 12 and a half. But the thing was, well, really it was like 12 and three quarters because I got into school in January of that year. But uh, regardless of that, um, what was I gonna say? I basically almost never did any work when I was homeschooled. My parents just didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, and so I got away so often just not doing work. And that's what I did for the longest time. Yeah, I love this guy's videos. He's the most I would love to make videos that are like this. Just wipe the drive and install a better distro. I don't remember when I dropped out. Um, I'll install a better distro at some point. I have too many things on this computer to do that now. And plus, like, I've spent so much time adding, like, add-ons and stuff to it that took so much time and configuration to get to work with the terminal. And so I don't want all that stuff to just go away because I spent hours and hours getting certain things just to work, you know? Um, no, I love this guy's videos. I could watch hours of this guy just exist and it would be nice. It would be a good time. I do all the time, but regardless. Like, wouldn't this just be the perfect life to have? You just live out in the wilderness, you cut things down, you build your own home, you find firewood, you grow your own food. Like, I would love to live like this. If I could go to what is it, the Northwestern Territories or the Northeastern Territories of Canada? It's the part of Canada that's like at the top of the country. The after Ontario and Quebec and Alberta and all that, it's like it's the top of the country where Nunavut is, where people don't really think about that part of Canada much. But I would love to live up there one day, one day when I have enough of my own money and can feasibly do it to just live out in the wilderness of I think they're called the Northwestern Territories. I don't quite remember, but to up there at the very top, the Arctic, to live in the Arctic of Canada, that'd be so cool. I just gotta save, man. Just gotta save money. Varg's wife has similar videos, but it's more of a family setting rather than one guy. Marie Checkett is the channel if you want to check it out. Nice. Yeah, no, I loved Varg's YouTube channel, Thulian Perspective. I watched so many of his videos, and they're great videos. I don't agree. Obviously, I'm not a Nazi or a far right kind of guy. I'm more of like a libertarian, kind of a bit of like a libertarian socialist or whatever you want to call me. Um, but I really liked his videos a lot, even though I didn't agree with much that he said. On Linux, most configs are in the config. Every time my system gets screwed beyond hope, I copy all dot files and copy paste them in fresh install. Varg is based, I agree. Flitzpipe says hi, I'm back. Yeah, we're just watching this. We're just watching videos. This is a video. Wait, I keep realizing that that mouse doesn't go to this one. Um, I'm watching this guy, My Self-Reliance, off-grid log cabin, alone with my dog in an ice storm. Great guy. I love his videos. Always keep good backups. I agree. I haven't been doing a good enough job of this because I haven't spent my money on hard drives, but I really need to get extra hard drives. Um, but yeah, I need to back up everything. I don't have very much backed up at all, and it's not good. I know i330 downloaded every single video I've ever made, so if I and I have him on Steam, so like if my YouTube channel ever got taken down and I needed to get my videos back, I would just go to i330 because he has all of them. But I have at least a couple hundred of them downloaded. Um, a lot of the newer ones I don't have, but I think Varg has BitChute. I just wish his old videos still existed. Like, I spent so much time watching his old videos, and they were really, really fun. Um, so many hours watching Varg. Like, those videos of him playing with his kids were so comfy. Those are some of my favorite videos, was just him playing with his kids. It almost made me want to have a family. Almost. I didn't, but almost. Someone has a backup, probably just look for it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time people don't back up everything though. That's what's annoying. But yeah, hopefully someone did back it all up. Um, oh my God, this is so cool. This is so fucking cool right here. And he's feeding his dog too. That's nice. This, how would this not just be the ideal life right here? This would just be the ideal life. Like, there's no two ways about it. This would just be better. Varg is cool. He recommends being a leech on the state. 100%. Yeah, I remember he made his anti-welfare video. He said that if you're against the state, just take out as much welfare as possible because it bankrupts them. And it's great. I think I actually made that same argument too at one point. Oh my God, this guy is so cool. Do you guys remember that video I made, the Chad worshipping needs to stop, where I just go, oh my God, Chad, Chad, Chad? I'm feeling that right now watching this guy do nature stuff. Is there an archive of Mumkey's second channel? I don't think so, no. I've only seen a few of his second channel videos uploaded. There is a Mumkey's Gaming Exposition. There's a couple of those videos out. We should make our own off-grid cabin together. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know you IRL or anything, but like, if you wanted to, I don't see a reason why not to. This is so cool, dude. This is so cool. No one would find it in Yellowstone. Watching anime with a cozy doggo alone in the foods. Too bad it's impractical. It is possible. If you have enough money, you can do anything. You just need to get the money first. And I think you know a little bit about where I'm going with that, Wes. I'm not gonna. But anyway, um, but yeah, uh, what was I gonna say? There was a point I was gonna make about. Oh yeah, so with food, like what this guy is doing with meats and stuff, there are ways to keep meats from being refrigerated. That if you salting them is one way. In order to, if you have other stuff that isn't meat, you can ferment it and it stays safe. Like arguably it's more healthy to store food in the old way. You know, we've gotten used to storing food with the fridge and things like that, but the old ways of storing food consistently in a certain sense is actually better, um, and better for you. So I think it would be cool. I think it would be really, really cool to cook and store food like the way that people used to do it in the 1700s or 1600s, you know. Um, I'd love to do that, especially like to go out and hunt the food and stuff. Like generally I'm against killing animals unless it's something that you're going to eat. If you're going to eat it, that's a different story. Um, because that's just how humans work. Um, uh, I don't live where I can have a garden, so I'd like to bike somewhere and start a garden with y'all. Isn't Lane Shan trying to start a commune? They probably are. I haven't been on Lane Shan in a little bit though. Old way of storing food makes lots of healthy bacteria for your gut. That makes sense. Um, but let's see. They can't even find people who go missing there in Yellowstone. That's pretty amazing. Um, But yeah, no, I want to go to a super, super remote part of Canada that like no one knows about. And just hang out there, just vibe, and you know, die in a cabin somewhere. That'd be cool. I could you know, get on a horse or whatever, go into town to upload videos. We could make a remote controlled garden if we can't be there often. I mean, you're a tech guy. I don't know how all of that works, but that would be pretty cool. Like the fact that this video has 1 million views or whatever, I don't know exactly what the view count is, but it's really high. The the fact that this video has so many views just makes me so happy because this is the exact kind of content that I love. Um, and the idea that someone could have a huge audience for this is so cool. Oh, he gave him a high five. Oh, it's sweet. This guy had to do all of these camera angles. RPI 4, yeah, I guess. He had to film all of this. I had a Labrador. They're the nicest dogs. They seem like really nice dogs. I want to get a collie though. I think collies are really cool. They're what is it? They're good for herding sheep or whatever. Um, really, what I need when I do live out in the wilderness, what I need is a hunting dog. A hunting dog of some kind. I think would be ideal. All night rain changing to freezing rain by morning. Oh boy. And there he goes. He lights the lantern. Yeah, collies are good for herding normies. um, sheep. Yes. Sheep, the most normie animal confirmed. Um, but yeah, I wanna, I wanna get a good hunting dog. This guy just has axes everywhere. It's so cool. He's got a little temperature thing. Man, this was a lot of effort he had to put into filming and editing this. Mad respect. And he's got his own little teapot too. That's so cool. This is like, how is this not what peak performance looks like? Jew York has no place for garden. I'm upset or cabins. Don't live in New York. Speaking of normies, I'm gonna see the Sonic movie later, guys. Yeah, see you later, DZD. It was nice having a chat with you as always. Um, if we had a community garden, I might finally have something to help fix my sleep schedule. Yeah. I mean, my sleep schedule is pretty much unfixable, but good luck. Um, this is so cool, dude. This is so cool. This guy just is what peak performance looks like. There's no two ways about it. What state are you in? I live in Kentucky. You seem more like a Californian. I don't know where you're from, though. I'm just guessing. I am way too much of a consumer to ever have such a lifestyle. I mean, you could just fill your computer up with stuff. Like it's not like living in the woods is barring you from having a laptop. Just get like 2 terabytes of hard drive space or whatever, and fill it up with anime and oh, North Carolina. I was way off. So you're actually pretty close to me. Um, but yeah, like you could just fill your computer up with anime and video games and like everything is on the internet for free. And so you could just fill your computer up with stuff and then you wouldn't have to worry about anything, you know? Even with online multiplayer games, just play with bots, you know what I mean? You would have everything right there just on your computer. There wouldn't be much of a need. Oh my god, this is so cool. He's making an egg the old-fashioned way. Dude, I want to do this so bad. I want to do this so bad. This would be so cool. I finally got a VR. I can confirm it's only a party trick. Yep, yep, yep. I called it. I called it. Oh, he's feeding it to his dog, too. Based off-grid Chad. This dude is such a Chad. All you need are pets. You don't need other people. You just need a good dog. That's why they call dogs man's best friend. You don't need anybody else. Just a dog. I've I've spent like months. I've spent months completely by myself, not even talking to people online and just having my dog, and it was so based. It felt so nice. I was at complete peace. Taking psychedelics in a cabin like this would be based. Yes, 100%. 100%. Um you just need a dog, white girl star. Nice. But yeah, 100% like especially in like a setting like this in the forest, it would be so beautiful. Um yeah, no, and you could grow your own shrooms and everything. Oh my God. Yeah, it would be great. Oh my God, this is so pretty. Tell me about your feet. They're pretty uninteresting, uneventful, I would say. Why do you delete those messages every time, mate? What is there to be afraid of? It's like you're obsessed with constantly talking about sex, but when someone sees it, you delete it immediately after. It's probably just a meme. Oh my God, I love that dog. Because that's the joke, I see. Yes. But there are incel folks. The incel folks like do what you're doing unironically, and I've seen it many times. And so it's hard for me to tell when someone's being genuine or not with that. Because I was forced to interact with a lot of incels in Red's server, and I already unsubscribed from his channel. I don't even watch Red's videos. But I'm in a group chat with him. I think I'm just gonna leave the group chat. Like I really don't have a reason to talk with the guy anymore. Um, if you don't mind not understanding German, you should check out the YouTuber Threed the Ward. He's a really base boomer who talks about cool shit. Yeah, I could give it a shot. Who knows? Maybe after watching long enough, I might get some of it. I'm not always horny. I just have a weird sense of humor. Oh, okay. I see. I see. Um, I just assumed you were always horny because of your fetish 3x3. Because like your fetish 3x3, I feel like more than half of it was stuff that I didn't even know what was. Like, so I just assumed when someone is into that weird level of stuff that they have to be consuming porn all the time. Because in my mind, like, there's not any other justification for it. Like, not in like a moral sense, like just in terms of understanding it, because I just don't get it. So when I look at it, I go, oh, this guy must be looking at porn constantly then, you know? Because how could you get into such weird stuff without doing that? Um, what's his fetish 3x3? I deleted it. Yeah. He always gives his dog a high five. But that's just my like autistic perspective as someone who doesn't really think about sex very often and doesn't really care about it. I basically almost never jack off. Um, that's why when I look at stuff like that, I have strange assumptions that I make. I just have an autistic view of sex. I do, but in a different direction. His videos are okay. I went back and watched videos from 6 to 8 months ago and got a bad reminder of what could have been, although it was always sort of about drama of some sort. Yeah, like I mean, his videos have always been about other people. And when your entire view of the world is based around what other people are doing, and that you can't find anything else interesting to talk about besides drama, it's because you're a boring person. And if you're a boring person, you're probably a normie. Um, I mean, there are like actual, like there are normies who are way more interesting than he is, though. That's the sad part, is that it isn't just that he's a normie, it's that he's a bad normie, you know? Um, and so yeah, I don't really have the only reason I have to speak with Red is because he's given me a lot of money in the past. And like I mean really it was just like $60 as a whole. I think it's about $60 in total that he's given me. But still, like I've needed lunch and stuff before because I had no money for lunch and he just gave it to me. And that's a really nice thing to do. So I feel bad talking shit about him because he's helped me before. Well, I don't know about feel bad, but like it's one of those things that like I don't know. I sit down and I think about it, and it doesn't seem like the right thing to do to just abandon somebody just because they make bad videos and are in a lot of ways, you know, a bit weird. So I think I'll still be his friend and everything. I just don't watch his videos, you know. I just don't like his videos. Um, but you know, it is what it is. Like he started making videos because of me. I was in Discord and I would constantly encourage him to make YouTube videos because I do that with everyone I talk to. Like if anyone I talk to is a NEET and they have even like the slightest inkling of wanting to make videos, I always encourage them to do it because I want more videos made by NEETs, even if they're bad. Um, but the thing with him though is that his channel turned into this like weird drama fest where the comfiness of his old videos where he would go outside and sort of just like explore it I mean it's just gone. I'm just a masochist. I see. First thing I think about when I wake up is what I'm going to jerk off to. That sounds like a very sad existence, but I respect it. I want to escape hikidom. Um, I think hikidom should ultimately be a voluntary decision. It shouldn't be something that like you're forced into. If you're a hikikomori because of anxiety or depression or something, you should not be a hikikomori because it's an external cause from bad things. Um, I think if someone is a hikikomori, it should be a voluntary choice. It's the same thing with like being a volcel or whatever. If like if you're choosing to do something, I think it's much more healthy. Like I could easily be the kind of person who goes out and goes outside regularly. I mean, I have before. I've done like volunteer work for other people. I've talked to people regularly for certain spans of time. it can be difficult for me if it's like, like my parents or someone like one of my parents' friends. I mean, I'm getting better at talking to my dad, but I've always had a lot of trouble talking to people who are like close to us, you know? But talking when my parents aren't present, it's like all of my guards completely go down. I just talk, and I don't feel any nervousness whatsoever. It's very easy. Talking to other people is not a difficult thing to do, um, because there's nothing to be afraid of, you know. Um, and so let's see, what was I getting to? Uh, there was a point I was gonna make, but yeah, like if you're going to isolate yourself all the time, it should be a choice. It's not really hiki if it's voluntary, is it? It depends on your definition. Like that Tatsuhiro Sato guy, he would always say that hikikomori was something, it was like an illness, it was something that happened to people out of their own choice. But I've seen documentaries of Japanese people who claim to be hikikomoris saying that they do it just because they want to do it, just because they feel like life is better for them that way. And it's like being a Volcel. Volcels, a lot of them have had sex before. They just choose abstinence because they think it's better for philosophical reasons. Like, I choose isolation because I think it's better for philosophical reasons, not because I'm stuck being isolated. Um, nice dog. Oh my god, that's so cool. Did he put like berries in that meat and shit? This is so cool, dude. I love this guy. This guy's the most based guy on earth, honestly. I need to plug the phone in though. Where is it? Hopefully having plugged it in doesn't make it fall down. Because I've had this happen before where I plug it in and then it suddenly falls down. And Alexander says hello. Hello. We touched on so many topics today. Um, how is it in the great country of Brasilia? What are you watching? I'm watching Off-Grid Log Cabin alone with my dog in an ice storm. What if you're an incel who copes by turning into a volcel but genuinely believe in being a volcel? I think that would make you a volcel, man. The thing is, no one is ever truly an incel. Everyone everyone can have sex if they want to. Like if you try hard enough, you can have sex. Everyone can do that. The term incel is not real. Being an incel is not real. And so like if you want to have sex, just do it. Like I can understand being an incel if you're like terminally ill, for example. Like you're physically disabled or something. But besides that, just have sex. Like it's really not that hard. Um so yeah, being incels don't truly exist, I don't think. Watch my video ranting about more incel content on my second channel, Wes. If you want my thoughts on inceldom, watch that video. It's called Ranting About More Incel Content. Um, what are you going, when you're homeless, what are you going to do? Well, I have a few different options. I can go to a shelter. What I can do is go out of state. I can leave my state and go to a shelter, and that's one way. What the hell? Meet the new Google Maps icon. Fuck off. Um, I can go to a different state and go to a shelter, and then I can work on getting my GED, and then work on getting a job. My goal, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a night guard's license or whatever, but my goal is to work long enough at a shitty job and then eventually become a night guard. I really, really want to become a night guard because you can be alone for most of the shift. You don't really have to do any work. You just kind of have to call the cops if something bad happens. Um, and that's all fine and good. So my dream job is like being a night guard. If I in terms of wage cucking at least, and that's what I want to do. But I'm gonna have to work other jobs first. But you should get the GED first. Well, yeah, obviously I have to get the GED before getting a job, but The thing is, though, the thing is that by the time I turn 18, I'm just going to immediately withdraw from school. Because I think what's most likely going to happen is that between April and March, the school is going to figure out that I have not gone to school for months. I haven't gone to school since December. So like it's one of those things that they're gonna figure it out eventually that I haven't been going to school, and they're gonna do something about it. So eventually, I'm gonna have to go back. And I don't know for how long I'm going to go back. I don't know when I'm going to go back, but I know it's going to happen eventually. Probably at least. And so in order to do that, or what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so as soon as I turn 18, I can withdraw from school on my own terms, and then immediately I'm just going to have money ready, get on a bus or a train or whatever, and then go to a different state and go to a shelter for like runaway kids or homeless people, and then work on getting my GED and get a job. That's the current idea. Why are you deciding to go homeless instead of staying in your home? Because if I'm not going to school, I'm gonna get kicked out. Like there's no two ways about it. If I'm not going to school and I refuse to go to school, I am not going to be able to stay here. Um, and so I just have to dip. I just have to leave. Because I don't want to keep going to school. Uh, Let's see here. Have you seen the channel Owly Law? I've never heard of that. I also think parkour or extreme sports videos are comfy. I agree. I love watching stuff like that. I want to be a bike courier. That'd be cool. Last night I watched a casual stream by a German streamer, 200 to 300 viewers, and at the end he tried to pair off some of his viewers through Discord because Valentine's Day just began. It was mega wholesome. That sounds pretty cute. Being a night guard is class betrayal with extra steps. I mean, that's probably true. I just don't care. The world's going to end anyway. If I can just make enough money to be able to live comfortably myself, I don't care. Um, this video is comfy in a weird way. I was out for most of school, but coming in once or so a week will prevent much of the negative repercussions. Oh, and it's also because there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Like you can't ethically, like I mean it's a little bit different with jobs. Like if you're obviously you shouldn't choose to be a police officer because cops are bad. You just shouldn't do that. But being a night guard, it's one of those things that I feel like it falls into the category of like, people who I don't know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. A GED should be before you get kicked out. I'm not going to be able to get it. Like that's the thing is that the time that it would take to get a GED versus the time that it would take to versus the time it would take for me to drop out, like it I'm not going to be able to because they're going to immediately find out that I've dropped out. And so there's no way that I'd be able to get a GED before I'm kicked out. You're not going to miss your dad's house. Fuck, why would I miss it here? Like it's just another place to live. If I have my laptop and I have my Switch, what would there to miss besides my dog? The thing I'm gonna miss the most is just my dog. Um, I've ran away from this house before. In December of 2018, I ran away from home, and I didn't miss it then. I went all the way to New York. I went all the way to New York running away from home, and I didn't even feel an inch of fear. Let me go to my own channel. Let me go to my own channel, and I'll try to find the video that you linked. There's a difference between no ethical consumption as it pertains to people buying Nestle products and calling a cops on a fellow Lumpkin prole to take away their freedom. Yeah, no, you're completely right. Uh, I just don't really care. Let's see. Oh wow, this is surreal. I'm looking at my own stream. Let's see. What state are you in now? Like what state? Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky. Let's see. Um, Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let me put in the video that you linked. Paste. Okay. Imagine having ethics. I have ethics for certain things. Ooh, this looks cool. I don't have nearly as many ethics as Monkey Zulu does. He's a much better person than I am. Is it possible to super hat? I don't know what's super chat, do you mean? It is possible to super chat. Yeah. Okay, when are they gonna do the parkour? I don't wanna look at this homeless guy talking here. Come on. 2019. Alright, be quiet. Okay. Okay, when does the parkour start? This guy better not be Australian. I hope he's not. I think he is Australian. Me, good person. I didn't say you were a good person necessarily. I simply said you're a better person than me. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Fuck you. What do you mean copyrighted audio and video? Oh, wait, temporarily blocked. Okay, guys, can you still hear the stream? Starts breaking into a building. Can you guys hear the stream? Oh my fuck. If these people at YouTube blocked, okay, you can still hear it? Okay. Um yeah, but this is it. I can hear. Oy vey, shut it down. Yeah, it just says heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio and video, so just mute the video. Okay. Yeah, the video's muted. But yeah, this is parkour is cool. I think parkour is cool. I see this is the kind of stuff that I love finding on YouTube. It's videos like that cabin video of the guy just living out in the woods. It's videos of people's gardens, it's videos of people playing in abandoned buildings. This is what YouTube's for. Um, it's fun stuff, you know? But yeah, I don't know why YouTube suddenly gave me a heads up. Dadgun just hates the Jews in the chat. There's no reason to hate Jews, man. I don't know how many times I have to say this, is that Jewish people are just people. They're like it doesn't matter what race or ethnicity are. They're just people. You should judge everyone at the individual level. This is the first parkour video I've seen. I feel dirty. That's an interesting way to feel about it. I never really would have thought about it that way. Um, there's no reason to hate the Jews. There's not. They're just people. They're just people with a different religious or ethnic background than you. I mean, if you just hate the concept of religion and then you hate all religious people equally, that's one thing. But I do think that it can become sort of problematic when you single out Jewish people because with the amount of anti-Semitism that exists in the world right now, like anti-Semitic terrorism and these kind of things, it can be pretty dangerous to start making statements like that. That I don't know, man. I will forever associate parkour with Sonic Lost World above all else. I believe Lost World is the first time I ever heard the term. Huh. I you feel like you would have seen it on TV eventually. I had popped out of the video when I posted a comment. I'll make sure to catch up on the stream when it finishes. Cool, I appreciate it. Um, as a mod, I can say with authority that this position is warranted. Literally perform a hazing ritual of infant boys. I don't know what all that's about, man. I mean, I'm cool with cults. I mean, all religions are cults in general, but like if you're in a cult, I think it's fine. You should be able to exercise your right to have a cult. Unless it's like the Falun Gong or something. That's just bad. Um, uh, Gotta have lunch and do my writing before I watch the Sonic film. Stay woke. Yeah, stay woke to you as well. Um, uh, let's see. The Arnemian genocide never happened. Changed my mind. I don't really. If you're a genocide denier, I don't really know how to change your mind. Circumcision is just good for you. What are you talking about? I mean, circumcision should ultimately be the choice of the kid and not the parent. I mean, like, firstly, I don't think that people should bring kids into the world because that's an involuntary action. That's wrong. But like circumcision itself, like there is medical data that would prove that circumcision prevents like STDs. There's no substantial evidence that says that sex feels better with an uncut dick. None. Um, and there's a lot of good things that come out of circumcision. I don't like we've had this debate so many times. I don't know how many times we've had the circumcision debate, but I've won every single time. You're just wrong. But let's see. Was I gonna finally caught a stream? Hello, Star. Nice. Um, do you have an interest or skill you can monetize instead of going homeless? Going homeless seems like something that it should be avoided at all costs. Maybe getting disability money. First of all, hello Salim Al Sumori, Al Mansouri. I think that's how you say that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but um, welcome to the stream. But like when I say going homeless, it may be on the street. Probably not, because I think there are a number of shelters I could go to that would have space. But I've been in shelters before, man. Being in homeless shelters, it's a bit depressing, but it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Yeah, it's like to me it's not a very scary thing, like the homeless shelter people, the stream getting suspended. Shit, okay, can you stream just got suspended, fuck, f in the chat, f in the chat, dadgun 2 did this to me, he did this, f in the where, let's see here,